That's a very topical question, digital transformation. First of all, I'd say, look, this isn't new. We've got bodies of experience of transforming organizations along with disruption. So I think we need to get back to basics, thinking about what is the business strategy and how do we deliver it. Of course, that involves people, it involves resources, it involves technology. So I don't think we need to be sidestepped by the question of how do we implement AI, how do we implement blockchain. Let's stick to the business strategy and think how we can actually use these technologies in a useful way for our organizations. One fear is in the short term, and it's related to your previous question around digital transformation. A high proportion of these projects and programs fail. I read somewhere about 70%. That is my fear, that we're going about it in the wrong way. So that's my short-term fear. In the long term, I'm rather excited. I think we can actually build much better workplaces for people, make them fairer, make them more transparent. We can do things like pay different types of workers more quickly, more securely. We can create platforms, digital platforms, where it's easier to find work and to find workers, and to use things like blockchain to verify workers. So we have things like digital CVs rather than paper CVs that are verified. So that can build more trust into the work market. So in the longer term, I'm very optimistic and rather excited about how we can make work better. Well, I am biased. I'm at People Matters Tech HR in Singapore, and I'm going to be speaking about the opportunities of blockchain. So we're probably in the very, very early stages, but I think of all the emerging technology, blockchain on the face of it probably seems less exciting. It doesn't speak to you. You can't build 3D houses from it, but I think over the long term, it might have the biggest impact on our work infrastructure. Well, the one thing that will remain constant is we are, of course, human beings. We like to work with each other. We like to socialize in groups and networks. Of course, we will continue to do that. And I think we're going to find ways of getting the technology to actually work for us, rather than just implementing the cool new tools. So I think that's going to be really, really, really great. The big change might be the traditional job. The standard contracts will become more relaxed, and that would require government response to the job market changing to allow more security and trust in the workforce. So that's a long-term trend, and I think if we set some goals, we keep helping that happen, I think HR professionals can play a key role in that. So I'm very excited about that. Well, I think blockchain is going to change some of our key industries. Because of the nature of blockchain, being able to exchange digital assets in a secure way, being able to use digital smart contracts, that has some real benefits in areas like supply chain. IBM are tracking mangoes, De Beers are tracking blood diamonds. I think we're actually going to be able to have a better track of the human supply chain, if you like. I've done some research on this, and the four main areas for blockchain are around validating identity, to prove we are who we say we are. Same with our credentials, our university degrees, health and safety certificates, these kind of things that we can carry around with us. So it increases the validation for these kind of things. From that, I think we're going to see more peer-to-peer digital work platforms, which will make it easier to find work, probably reduce the transaction costs too, and associated with that is different payment mechanisms too. So I'm rather excited about the impact that blockchain can have in the world of work. And your question around Asia, and I mentioned financial services. Think of this, 2 billion people in the world don't have a bank account. Now, blockchain is enabling these wallets where we can transfer assets and tokens and cash between each other directly. So that's going to have a big impact in our personal lives, but also in work. Well, I haven't been here long, but it's very buzzy, it's very exciting. I think it's the first conference in this region, and you know, I'm very excited to see how this grows from here. But today it's very exciting, some great views over the bay, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to today.